Let's imagine now for a second that you have your tons of documents and videos in your SharePoint, and well, probably for some of you out there, you don't even have to imagine it. But now you need an efficient way of retrieving info actually from those files. And there are two ways how you can go with this. One is get on some ready AI tool out there, which are some of these known ones, Claude, ChatGPT, Grok, which will be just additional monthly subscription for you, or have yourself your own custom internal chatbot built, where you pay for your AI usage each month and there's no per user seat billing. And today we're going to compare one of those tools, which will be Claude. Yes, the same we usually see using it for code. And on the other side will be the custom internal chatbot, and you'll see how they both answer our questions side by side and who can do it better. So if you are familiar on how we do these things, my previous videos, then we obviously have our SharePoint. I've already connected the Claude to our SharePoint site, and now we're going to put these two side by side, the Claude and the internal custom built Java solution, so you can see kind of both answers. And for Claude, similarly like with these other tools, I wasn't able to choose which site I want to like index, so it just took my whole SharePoint, my SharePoint sites and all that stuff. But now how it is in Claude, you just ask, hey, can you give me answers from my SharePoint? And as always, we're going to test a variety of file types. And we're going to go through Excels, PDFs, presentations, scanned documents, technical drawings, which is technically scanned document, got it, images and videos. And then we could also do emails, but I think we can leave it to some other video because this one is specifically for documents. So let's start off with the first one, which is about how much laptops do we have in our inventory and what's the price for laptops. And it'll be interesting to see if Claude can actually point us to that specific sheet. Now it outputted us a little bit more info than we asked. It outputted also the phones, tablets. Both said that we have 1,000 and we have 15. This is pretty easy. If we check on the sheet, yes, we can see them here. Our chatbot gave us like actually the navigation to the file, but for the Claude, I don't see anything like that. But as we know from a previous video with the Grok, maybe if we ask specifically if it has some link, let's ask if it does have the link to the Excel file, and it actually does give us a link. If we open it, it's not found. It like started the link, but it didn't finish it. It cut off. Let's copy the whole link here. Let's paste it into Google. Yeah, and it does the same what actually Copilot did, where it also, when it gave a link to a Excel, then when you click on the link, it actually downloads it for you. So it doesn't open the sheet. I'd say it's good to prompt actually Claude that for the next questions, give us the links. I said to give us also links to PDF pages, slides, all that stuff. Talking about PDFs, let's go into PDF and ask question about some PDF. What are the standard rules for vacation time? And I forgot actually to compare the speeds of both chatbots in the previous question. But let's see now. This from a PDF. Our chatbot comes back to the answer. It gives us 11 actually standard rules. After a few seconds, Claude also comes back with the answer, and we can see it comes back at 8, and it gives these 3 ones, which our chatbot put as the extra 3. Also gave us actually a link to the PDF. It didn't point us to the specific PDF page, but it did say it's page 16. And if you look at our chatbot, we can actually check. And yes, it's page 16 and it has these rules here, which is pretty okay. As the next one, we're going to see about presentations. Let's again see the speeds. Claude is still searching, and we can see 2 AI patent champions. Claude said he found it on the slide 27. And yes, it's actually on slide 27. He said it's IBM Google 5006, and just as our chatbot, it gives us the source if we click on it. Yes, same as before with Excel, it downloads you the presentation. I think it was the same as Copilot, but the chatbot on our side gives us slide page link. Let's wait a bit, and yes, here it is, IBM, Google, and we also have the edit link if it's needed, which points to like the whole presentation slide if you want to edit it. So Claude is still hanging in there. It's trying its best. But now let's see if it can handle scanned documents. Let's try technical drawing first. Let's ask a question like this. Let's send it already in Claude because it's going to think for a bit longer. And let's ask what was the material for liquid mixer. Our chatbot says it's aluminum. Claude seems like it's not even searching. Yeah, it wasn't able to find any documents for liquid mixer, but if we check quickly, then we can see it here. And material is right over here. And so probably it's not even worth asking the question about scan document, as the Claude will not be able to answer that one. Just straight jump into images and see if Claude is able to find us images. Let's say that it should give us the Berlin site photos. It already says that it's not able to retrieve display photos directly from SharePoint, and that it can only access text-based documents and files. Our chatbot did give us the 3 Berlin site images. If we view them, oh yeah, this, okay, looks all good. But this may mean that the next questions I wanted to ask, it will probably not also answer those ones, which I'm always excited to ask for these AI tools, waiting for some tool to be able to answer these, which is videos. But let's try. It's a question about what oil was needed for Roots blower. Our chatbot says and sees that it's SA30 weight oil, and it did that from the transcript of the video. We can click, drop specific video timestamp, and then it starts that video.
This just takes regular SAE30 weight oil.
From that timestamp where it's said, where it's mentioned. But yeah, Claude also isn't able to give us answers from the videos. I was hoping and a little bit optimistic, as SharePoint had these transcripts, so I thought maybe, of course, we can download it as a docx or whatever this other file format is, and then if we would put it in SharePoint, it would obviously give us answer, but it wouldn't still point us to that specific video file. Then it's not even worth testing the other questions I had about the videos. Then when I looked at the Microsoft connector, I saw that Claude also has this chat message search, which I think is the Teams chat messages or something like that. And also emails, like we said, calendar also, and finding meeting availability. Some of these are not on the chatbot, but as this is custom built, as this is custom solution, that all can be added. For example, just like we have this file uploading feature, where user can just automatically give file to that chatbot, and it will, based on your principles you have given it, it will just go and upload the file for you. And also it adds automatically to your meetings, and you can have it in Outlook as a searching tool. Could also potentially search for emails, which is up for maybe another video. I could make a video about that one. Claude actually, to be honest, did I think pretty same as Copilot, because Copilot also wasn't able to search in videos. When it gave link to Excels and presentations, it gave it as download. Wasn't able to also give link to PDF pages, but it was able to give link to the first PDF page from where it took the info, or at least say from which page it was. At least that was pretty helpful. But other than that, that was it. Now then, also, if you're wondering about such solution, about custom built internal chatbot, then the cost for this is actually you only pay for the AI usage. So it's not like this per user seat cost, which usually is for these tools where you have connectors. Claude here, which I have, is free. I don't have paid plan, you can see it here, and I was able to ask questions, and there seems to be not some kind of question asking limit on how much questions you can ask, but the only limitations are the ones I said you previously. But yeah, that is what is appealing for the custom internal chatbot, as that you don't pay for the users. So your team can be 30 employees, but you're only paying for what they use, and you are not going to spend these massive amounts of money each month. So if you also have pretty diversified files in your SharePoint, you have videos, images, and you want a specific navigation, then we'll be glad to help you set such chatbot or your SharePoint or OneDrive files, so you can start saving your time and money, because time equals money, you know. But that's all for me. Take care, everybody.